All right, you guys, we are live and it is that time. You are in the Locker Room Show powered by Before You Go Pro. I am none other than your host, Coach Terrence Wood, and the gentleman that you see with me on the screen is Q, the guru. What's going on, Playmaker?
What's going on, Coach? Sorry about that, folks. We had a little bit of a delay. Coach had a meatloaf in the oven, so we running a little bit behind.
Hey, don't let him put that on me. That wasn't on me. That was his. He in Houston. It's getting hot.
Coach so was trying to cook. That's what happened. He lying.
The internet gets hot. So, hey, thanks for coming on tonight. I know that there are many things that you can be doing with your life, but you chose to come in the locker room where we close the door, you guys, and we talk the truth about the football entertainment industry, and excited for tonight's show because we got some topics, Q, some real deal stuff that these young people are dealing with. I see the Foss family already with us. I see Jimmy Rucker, as always, holding us down in the locker room. So, you guys, let's get right into it. And if you are not accustomed to how we get down in the locker room, we hit the topics that matter to the players, the parents, the coaches, the people in the football industry. We love all sports. Q used to play baseball, but we're only talking football in the locker room. So that's what we're covering. All the topics, you guys, are down at the bottom, and we're going to get in and out. If you guys have comments, thoughts on any of the topics, please don't hesitate. Chime in the comment section, and we're going to get to it. So let's get right into it, Q. I mean, this was big, man. This one came out this week and brought a smile to my face, man. And it's none other than some of the HBCU schools starting to get some love as far as the scheduling goes. And Notre Dame, big major Power 5 university, has scheduled HBCU Tennessee State to play against in 2023. Q, I never thought I'd say it, man, that I'd tune into a Notre Dame game and see a black head coach and see them playing against an HBCU program, but we are in that era. What's your thoughts, man, on this going down?
Man, I'm happy, man. I'm glad. I mean, it's one of those things, Coach. It's inevitable, really, because we're looking at Tennessee State with Coach Eddie George and Coach Prime. These guys are getting in 4 or 5 star athletes. So I mean, as far as being competitive, it's going to take them a little bit of time to develop their programs, but they're going to be on that level. They're gonna be able to compete with these Notre Dames and the Wisconsins and USCs in time. It's going to take time, but it's there. They're getting the kids now.
Wow, man. I mean,
it might give them a game. I mean, it's football, man. You still got to show up and ball.
Oh, man.
Couple of interceptions, couple fumbles, Hey.
Man, they'll think the world is coming to an end if Tennessee State beats Notre Dame, man. And it's big time news. And I see John Hughes saying, love that Notre Dame HBCU game. Hopefully they'll bring the band out there. And that's going to be big time, you guys. So definitely keeping our eyes and ears out for that when it happens. I think it's early in the season too. And our next topic, this was another one, that hit the airwaves and people didn't know, Q, if this was fake news or if this was the real deal. And I know being a Bay Area native myself, this man, Terrell Owens, has been someone that obviously we keep our tabs on. And he's been trying to get back in pro football, Q, for a while, man. And he's breaking into this new league. I don't know the ins and outs of this new league, but it sounds like it's fan guided. The man's still a young man, but 48. I don't know if he's going to be getting in the secondary like he used to. What's your thoughts, Q, on T.O. coming back to the gridiron?
I mean, look, Coach, T.O.'s always kept himself in great shape. So he'll still give you a 4-4. See, what people don't understand, if you don't remember, ask Brett Favre. If you remember Brett Favre before he got his head knocked off, that last game, which was so hard to watch, I think they were playing New Orleans.
Which would be illegal.
Right.
Nowadays.
Right. He never lost his arm strength. It's as you get older, you can't take those hits. That's the
Yes.
issue. You can keep
Yes.
your speed and your strength and all of that. You just
Yep.
can't take that punishment. You can't take those shots.
Yep.
So T.O. needs to take up golf or something, man. Go sit down and do something, man. Get a sitcom or something. Yeah, I don't know about this. I don't know about this.
Well, hopefully he stays healthy, man. We don't want
We'll
anybody
see.
getting out there. Maybe it's just one game or something. He's coming back with Johnny Manziel too, so
Oh Lord, they
that should
going to
be
jail.
interesting.
They going
I,
to jail. That's what.
so that one should be interesting. Now, speaking of going to jail, that was one hell of a lead, my brother, into our next topic. And our next topic, man, is every once in a while, you'll see guys that are former players or current players that act up, man, and make a life changing decision. And unfortunately, for this young man, you know, I don't know what the issue was, mental issues, but Portland State University student killed near campus. Former football player of Portland State is charged with this murder. Q and we always hate to bring these kind of topics
Yeah,
up,
yeah.
but something that's interesting, man, and I kind of wanted to bring a different viewpoint to it because some of these universities also don't want to be affiliated and have their school name affiliated with some of the mishaps of these athletes. And
Right.
obviously, something that's this grave and something to notice, man. They always want to do the headliners, and obviously, this is tragic for the fallen person, the young lady, but you don't even see his name in the title, Q. It just says Portland State University student killed near campus, former football player charged. So
Right.
obviously the Portland State is the key thing they're trying to get in there. In this article, man, it just says downtown murder. Portland State University football player surrendered. It doesn't even say he's a former player.
Right. Right.
And neither one mentioned his name, so do some of these schools have a point as far as, hey, if we're done with these young men, we don't have to be affiliated with them? Or do you think that schools and players are just always linked and that's the cost of doing business?
Um, I think that it's more along the lines. That's kind of a difficult thing to answer, Coach, only because it depends on the school sometimes. Because if you have a Power Five school and a notable player, like if it was a Reggie Bush, you're always going to associate him with USC no matter what.
Good point.
You see what I'm saying? Portland State, obviously, is a smaller school, and the least little thing can really, really affect their recruiting because parents might look like, oh, well, those are really, is that the type of kids that you bring into your program? My son's not going there. So that's why they're doing it, trying to kind of keep everything vanilla, omit names, and really try to like, hey, it happened, it's out there, but trying to really stay in the background with any type of affiliation because that can hurt recruiting really bad.
Yeah, no, that's a great point, man. And obviously, athletes, that's why they're digging so hard when they're recruiting you, or if they're thinking about drafting you. The draft's coming up soon. They're digging to see if there's any little indicators, that
Yeah.
may, you never think somebody's going to go to this length. Obviously, this young man has some mental issues, but they're trying to make sure that they're not affiliated with any negative press. So you
Yeah.
guys stay on the up and up. And if you
Yeah.
do feel like there's a relationship or something going on that's not kosher, get some help. All right. Nothing
Definitely,
wrong
because
with
that's
getting
what
some
happened.
help.
Yeah, Coach, because that's what happened. Think about it. Notre Dame, Nebraska. Same thing with Lawrence Phillips. He was such a
Great point.
prominent player, such a
Long
star.
gone. Yep.
Man, it's like no matter what, it's always gonna be Lawrence Phillips in Nebraska. That was just a
Great point.
marriage that you couldn't. It one didn't exist without the other. I mean, and the school had to just take that black eye because of him.
Great point.
They didn't have a
Great.
choice.
Great point. No, it's the cost of doing business. And
Yeah.
we are on to our next topic. And this is a lighter topic, of course, but this is an interesting one, Q. I didn't even know this exists, but as you guys see on the screen right here, NCAA schools falling short on cash for grades pay. So supposedly, Q, the universities, especially the Power Five schools, man, can actually pay these student athletes for getting good grades. I don't know exactly the GPA they got to maintain, but they can pay, these athletes. I think almost 6,000 a year. That's some good coinage,
Wow.
man, to get good
Yeah.
grades. And
Yeah,
of
that's like
course,
what, $1,500 a semester. That's some nice change.
yeah, actually,
That's,
in 2 semesters, that's 3K a
yeah,
semester. Oh,
yeah,
it's
yeah, yeah, yeah.
just
Yeah.
under. So this is some good coin. But the article Q was talking about many of the schools decide not to do it. So about 92% of them have decided not to take this option. So
For
you
now.
know, yeah, for now,
For now.
I'm sure that some will use it for leverage. But what's your idea? What's your thoughts on paying players for grades? You think that's something that's a must? You think that's something that is kind of fake? What do you think about that?
Well, I mean, I look at it like, why not? I mean, again, I
Yeah,
keep going back to this NIL situation. People look at the amount of money that look at that. Oh, look what we're looking at on the screen. You got Tennessee and the Michigans and the University of Houston's and India. These universities for decades and decades have made millions and millions and millions of dollars off of these athletes and paid them nothing. Millions, man.
yeah,
So it's like, why not? Coach T, that's a full-time job. You're a full-time student and a full-time athlete. So that's what you're getting yourself into when you leave high school. It's a job now. It's
yeah.
a job, and you get paid to do a job. If that's
Well,
part of
you
the
get
job,
commissions or you get
right?
incentives.
Exactly, because you have to think you're making the grades. You have to stay. If nothing else, you have to stay eligible.
Good
So it's
point.
one of those things where why not? That's just part of the equation. So I'm
Well,
for
and
it.
and then also some coaches have incentives for good grades for
They
the
do.
team
They
staying
do.
above.
Absolutely, they do. So it's like, why not? The student athlete is generating all the revenue. They're coming to see the kids. So you
Yeah,
have to pay them now. So everything that they're moving towards, or even what they're suggesting, that's how it should have always been anyway.
good point. Good point. It's late.
We're way late. About
Okay, I
70
got you.
years.
I got you. Yes, because me and you didn't see anything for
Hey, boy,
not that
hey,
Coach Wood's
not one
grades were
dime,
super
nothing.
stellar, but
Now,
I didn't
hey,
see anything.
coach, not none. Did you get any checks from EA Sports? I didn't. Anything from
Yeah, good
anything
point.
from Sega, Nintendo, anybody?
Good
All
point.
those
No, I
games we
didn't.
own. Come on, T.
Good point.
All
Good
those
point.
video games we own. We can play ourselves on there, but you ain't
Good
getting
point.
no checks.
And we are on you guys to the next topic. And if you're joining us live, thank you so much for joining us. I am Coach Terrence Wood. That is Q, the guru, the one who knows the ins and outs of the football entertainment industry. And we're former players, both college and pro. So, we're not just up here shooting smoke. We want to give you guys the truth. We want to tell you what the industry is all about. And those are the topics down there on the bottom, you guys. And this one is one that I really wanted your advice on, Q. And it's, what is a slam dunk prospect, man? I mean, right here we see Derek Stingley, who had an amazing pro day, already looked at as a top flight draft choice. And here's his dad. So he's a legacy football player. Unfortunately, his dad got a catastrophic injury. But what is a top prospect, man? I mean, in your mind, this guy was a five-star recruit, number one cornerback coming out of high school, obviously day one starting at LSU. If you're a high school, or excuse me, a college coach, Q, or maybe a GM for the Colts or something, you're sitting in the war room. What do you consider on and off, man, for these young men listening? A surefire prospect, a hands down prospect. Is there such a thing as a hands down sure bet?
Well, I feel like, coach, it's nothing that's for sure. Again, you always hear me say it's still football. And you're always going to be, no matter what, this is an ultimate gladiator sport, and you're always going to be one play away. But that being said, it goes beyond what's in between the white lines. What are you doing within your community? Do you have any camps? Are you participating in any camps to give back? Any non-profit charitable organizations that you're affiliated with? So those are the things that they're going to be looking like on top of your grades. You being respectful to your coaches. Are you coachable? So it's way more than just stats and physical attributes, guys, that they're going to be looking at.
Yeah, no,
That's
that's
how
a
you
good
get the
point.
total package.
Yeah, the total package. And I'm thinking of guys back when we were playing coming out, like a Peyton Manning, guys like, I mean, he ended his career early, but a Calvin Johnson, Megatron, where, just everything fit physically, no issues off the field, hard worker, just total package.
There you go. There you
like
go.
you said, anything can happen. You can get injured, but you never heard of a coach saying, hey, I'm not recruiting that kid because he works too hard,
Right.
Or because he looks too good in the uniform,
Right.
So it's the total package right there.
Right.
And we are on, you guys, to our next segment, which is the lightning round. And you guys know what the lightning round is all about if you are new to the Locker Room Show. The lightning round is somewhat of a word association where we blitz it. We go through words, we go through topics, and whoever our guest is has to say the first thing that comes to their mind. Now, hopefully they keep it clean, but we want them to say the first thing that comes to their mind, and we get a laugh out of this one. This is a fan favorite, and we're going to put our very own Q, the guru, through the lightning round. Now, if my memory serves me correctly, Q, our locker room high water mark, our bar, our PR is 10, set by your very own former teammate, Carl Neesmith. So we might owe him a real nice hotel and dinner night, because that's the prize at the end of the spring. So right before the season starts, somebody's going to get a prize. Now, right now, Carl, I don't know if you're watching or you watching the recording, but you better keep watching, because you may be the one who gets the prize. Now, for you, Q, I think is the top 8 or 9.
It's 8. Yeah, we're sitting on 8.
Okay.
That's my best so far. So we'll see.
So 8, and Q is eligible. Q is eligible because before you go, pros footing the bill. So Q is eligible to get the award. And there ain't nothing fixed. If anything, we shave time. We cheat Q. And we let everybody else get some extra time. So 10, somebody's got to beat 10. And that's going to be interesting to see. And tonight we got our very own Q. So Q, I got a good one for you tonight, man. We got some good ones. You ready to roll?
Coach. All right, Coach. Break the
All right, you
Break
guys. So we are about to hit the lightning round, and let me get the stopwatch ready. Now, if you're joining us for the first time, Q's got 60 seconds. It's only a minute to see how many he can get. So we got the stopwatch ready to go. And let me get our topics. I think I'm going to stump them, you guys, tonight. So let's see. And I'm going to wait. Like Carl said, I'm gonna give you the first one before I get you going. So we are ready for the lightning round, you guys. Let me get the stopwatch ready. Go. All right. And we are starting. Stretch it on out. Stretch it on out, because you got 60 seconds. Number 1 is Pete Carroll.
Greatest USC coach of all time. I got him in my top 5 coaches ever.
Mel Kiper.
The guru other than me.
Bungee jump or skydive?
Skydive.
Rob Gronkowski.
Top 3 tight ends of all time, right behind Tony Gonzalez.
Okay. Orlando Pace. 30 seconds.
Best tackle of all time other than Tony Baselli.
Woo. Kirby Smart, Georgia Bulldogs.
Oh man, that's a good one. Needs work. I got him in my top 10.
Need a punt return. Dion or Devin Hester?
I'm going with Prime all day.
Best defensive player out of the U, 53 seconds.
Sean Taylor, for sure.
Johnny Manziel.
Man,
Time.
I was about to say we going to jail.
So actually, that was pretty good, man. You might have been if 8 was the other one. I think. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Man,
8.
time my best. It's
8.
good.
So let's rewind a couple on a couple of these, man. You said Sean Taylor, best defensive player out the
I'm
U,
trying,
huh?
hey man, I'm telling you, man. Hey, and that's a long list. You got Filmer, you got Ray, but Sean Taylor he was the special of the special, man.
We may have to cut this up and see what the people think on that one, because like you said, we got some Ray, we got the safety Ed Reed, and then here's another one that kind of I stopped for a second. You said Dion over Devin for I need a punt return, I need a big return.
Yeah, man. Hey, Hester was electrifying, but Prime is just like.
So you got them both on the sideline.
Yeah.
And there's a minute left in the game.
Yeah, man.
And you need about 30, 40 yards to get a field goal to win it. Yeah. And you got Devin and Dion, and you say Dion, Prime.
I mean, man, hey, look. I got it's right there, but Prime, man. Okay. I mean, Prime just gonna do it. He just gonna take it to the crib, but he got like 9 gold chains on him. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like the young Prime, you know what I'm saying, with the curl flying out the back of the helmet.
So you like the swag.
Activated flying on everybody.
Florida boys. Yeah. So okay, he going Prime. And Jimmy Rucker says my number 2 is John Mackey for tight end.
Oh, Jimmy went way back.
Yeah, he went way back. He went back to
way back.
My grandfather's day. Actually, him and my grandfather were tight, man, and good family right there. And as far as yours, you said Rob Gronkowski, number 3 overall,
man,
tight end ever to grace a football field.
Yeah, man. I got see my top 3. I got Kellen Winslow, man.
Yeah,
I got Kellen Winslow. Then I got Tony. And then I got Rob, man. I mean, Gronk's just been, man, you just can't stop him, man. Like, that dude is, like, he's been doing it for a long time. He left and then came back. Yeah, he's been doing it for a long time, man. Yeah. Long time. So, yeah, he's a first ballot dude. He's a first ballot. Sure. Like,
so you're saying it wasn't just Brady?
Nah.
Okay.
No, that was always his number 1 read. That was always his number 1 read. I don't care who was with him. Even, I mean, I say other than, but you got to think about it. What's sad, folks, is, man, Hernandez was even better than Gronk. That's what's sad. He was even better than Gronk, man. That's why, kids, you got to hang around the right people. You got to listen to your parents and take heed to what your coaches are telling you, because you learn a lot from this game in regards to life, man. But, man, I mean, like, Hernandez was unbelievable. If you guys get a chance, I don't know if it's still on Netflix, but look at that documentary and take note. That dude was one of the most phenomenal athletes in his position we might ever see in this, man.
Well, I mean, we just went through a murder charge for an athlete here, and that was what Gronk was facing. So you guys listen to Q, man. Sometimes we're joking around in the locker room, but if we don't fix things, they're going to continue to persist. Mm-hmm. So these cats, the young man who's going to jail for the rest of his life, and Aaron Hernandez, who's no longer around, that's going to happen again.
Oh, yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
So you guys, make sure you get the help. And if you're touching kids, if you're a coach, if you're a mentor, man, go hard, because they need it. They need the help. And Jimmy says, I was raised by grown folks. That's why he knows John Mackey. And that's where we're going with that one. Nice. So we are on, you guys, to our last segment, and that is the audience Q&A. And this is one that I pulled out of the bag myself, because I love the fact that you always keep it real, Q. And we're trying to teach a little bit in here too. We're not totally playing around. And this was something I never asked you, man. But with all the kids leaving into the portal nowadays, did you ever consider leaving Kansas, KU, or if you didn't, why? Why or why not?
You know what? That's a great question, and I did, I did. I
Okay.
mean, even me ending up at Kansas, um, and real quick too. I'm sorry, off the subject. Big ups to the coach self, national champs. Good job,
Yep.
fellas. Definitely big ups, man. I had this
We'll
shit out there
clap.
from
We'll
my
give a
Jayhawks and
golf
pulled it
clap.
off with men's basketball. So good stuff there. But man, I did, man. I really did.
Okay.
I originally, verbally committed to LSU at the time. Obviously with their baseball program being top three at the time, and then being a DB factory, man, it ended up at Kansas. There was no portal, and kids. Coach T and I have brought up a lot over these episodes, that we've been on the air about if your coach leaves. And that's one thing that I would say that is a benefit of utilizing the portal to me is you're weighing your situation, and
Yeah.
don't be hasty with it. But it's tough playing for a coach. And Coach T suffered the same thing when Coach Newhouser went up to Washington with the Huskies after he left Colorado. It's tough balling for a coach that didn't recruit you because you
Yeah.
might be nice, but they
Yeah.
don't know enough about you, especially if you're a pup like Coach Mason. I was a freshman, so it's when he went up to Minnesota. So it was
Yeah.
like I always say, if you're not gonna follow your coach that recruited you, then now that you have the portal as an option, then that's
Yeah.
something that's a tool that can really end up helping you out a lot. It's tough playing for a coach that didn't recruit you. That's hard.
Yeah. So he left to Minnesota, and
Mm-hmm. Well, he
what was
reneged
the?
Coach Mason. I mean, he what's funny is he reneged because after I committed, he was supposed to go to Georgia. He got to
Mhm.
Georgia lock, stock, and barrel that job. And for whatever reason, reneged on Georgia, went back to Kansas for one more year, and then it ended up in Minnesota. And in a
Okay.
lot of ways, I do sometimes every now and then, like, man, but that's one thing that's beautiful about this game, Coach T, is
Mm.
the brothers that you have for the rest of your life from this game.
It's bigger
So
than
at
football.
that in regards to going to Kansas for sure, the
Yeah.
brothers that I have from coast to coast, T,
Yeah.
anywhere you go in the country, you can
Yeah.
pick up the phone and you got a brother at the
You're
other
good.
line, the other end of that line, man. Only like this game is that's what makes it so beautiful, man.
Yeah. No, that's perfect, man. And coaching changes are a fact of life in the football industry. If you haven't gone through a coaching change, you haven't been playing long enough. Nowhere near long enough.
Right.
I went through coaching changes at all levels, high school, college, the whole thing. And you got to maneuver. You got to maneuver. In some cases, it is better to go somewhere else. In other cases, it's not. And there's timing that's pertinent. That's everything when it
Yeah.
comes to coaching changes, and when it comes to jumping in that transfer portal. Some of you guys are in high school and you're considering another high school or junior college, you're considering another JC. Definitely get some consultation from somebody that knows what they're talking about, some that might really have your back, and make sure you make a good decision. You
Yeah,
guys
man. Yeah.
choosing Kansas over LSU is a heck of a decision itself. That's what Jimmy says.
Yeah. I didn't exactly choose him over him, Jimmy. Like I said, it's a long story, man. We'll talk about it over some barbecue, man, next weekend or something.
There you go. There you
but
go.
but real talk, guy. Like for me to put it out there, for everyone that's following before you go pro, like Coach T. I'm not saying because this is a brother, my like Coach. Be it that we're on the subject, Coach T was a dog. Like I played alongside this man, and and because you asked that T, it's like I call him 2-3. That's my man. Coach T. It's like, man, 2-3 could have played. He could have left Colorado and went back home to UCLA. He could have went back home to USC. He could have went up to Coach Newhouse to the Huskies. But it's one of those things, kid. Again, sometimes kids, it's like you get to where you believe in your ability so much, you think that sometimes you can fight through it. And there is politics in Division I football, especially when you're at a Power 5 school.
Well, and real quick, I mean, shoot, we in the locker room, so let's be honest.
Yeah, I mean,
Let's
hey,
put it on the
that's why we're
table.
here, man.
I wanted to leave CU, but see, what you guys got to understand is that you're going to go through seasons throughout your career. Some you're going to be on top, and some you're going to be questioning things. And when I was a redshirt freshman at Colorado, my head coach left. His name was Rick Neuheisel for Washington. I questioned whether or not to stay at CU during that time. For certain reasons, and my brothers being one of them, Q, I decided to stay. Now, later on in my career, so I played for a coach. I played the majority of my college career, you guys, and some of you guys, unfortunately, may go through this. I played the majority of my college career under somebody that didn't recruit me, somebody that necessarily didn't have to have loyalty to me, that didn't come in my family's living room, and say that they are choosing me. That wasn't who I played for in college. So I stayed and played my majority of my career under somebody else. And then my junior year, redshirt junior year, I wanted to leave again. And that was because I felt, just in all honesty, and some of you young athletes may have gone through this or may go through this, I felt defeated, man. I felt like no matter what I did, I wasn't going to get a breakthrough. And I was going to get overlooked, and I felt like them not recruiting me was part of that. So I called my dad crying, dude, saying, "Get me the hell out of here." Back in our day, you guys, we didn't have a portal, and it didn't even matter if your coach left. You were going to lose a year probably of eligibility.
Right.
So it ain't like today where the coach look at you wrong. Y'all can hop in the portal and be out.
Right.
I'm a sophomore now. I'm gonna be a junior next year. It's all good. It wasn't like that for us. We had to go a level down. So if you were FBS, you had to go FCS to not lose a year of eligibility. So I called my dad junior year crying, saying, "I don't care about D1. All you guys are FBS, Power 5, D1. I was playing Power 5. I was like, get me the hell out of here. I'll go play at a FCS school in Cali and ball out and go pro from there." Because I was just through. I was just through, man. And here's what I'll leave you guys with, because this is the bigger picture, what Q was talking about. My dad listened to me. He said, "Yeah, I hear you, but we finished it, and we started. We're gonna finish it. You staying there." I didn't talk to him for about a month, Q, on the phone. I was ignoring the phone, pissed off. But my senior year, we win a Big 12 championship. Colorado is now in the Pac-12. They were in the Big 12 when I was a senior. We win a Big 12 championship. Never take that back.
Over a loaded Texas team now.
Over a low. Oh, that was luck. I mean, that was the stars lining up. And you play a series like the NBA, they would have smashed us for the series. But I got the ring. And then I meet my wife my senior year.
There you go.
So we're
God got
the
jokes.
Locker room show. We're gonna end the locker room show like that. Pops, I want to come home. No, you staying your ass there.
Right.
And win a championship. Nothing really changed you guys individually. I'll keep it real with you, but on the field. But meet my wife, win a championship, man. Never take it back.
That's what's up. That's what's
right, man. So, hey, hopefully you guys enjoyed tonight's show. You got a little extra. We usually cut off at 30 minutes. You got 34 out of us tonight. Q, you got anything for the people, the good people, before we hit them next week?
You know what? I don't, man. Just appreciate y'all. Definitely push the button, man, for the algorithm. Those of you that have been following us, thank you so much. Continue giving you some good stuff week to week with Coach T, and we look forward to seeing y'all and putting on something nice next week for sure.
Yeah, man. Definitely push the button so you get the algorithms to pump us up. Share it with your friends, especially if they're footballers. Let them know. And then before I forget, we are hosting a college tour. So go to beforeyougopro.com. Check us out at Before You Go Pro online. There's a college tour coming in a couple weeks. This is for people that can get to California because it's a Bay Area tour that heads to Nevada. But you got to get to the Bay Area for the kickoff. You got to be there for the first part of the tour, which is San Jose State. So hopefully, if you're in the Bay Area, you want to get some exposure, you're a young superstar, serious about your game, then come with us to the college tour and make it happen. All right, Q. Good job, man. I'll see you next week, brother, and stay up.
Definitely.
All right.